Welcome back to another Q&A video. I'm Coach Tiffany Taylor, founder and CEO of Elite Mind. And if you didn't get a chance to ask me a question yet, you're welcome to put it in the comments below or find the form on my Instagram at Coach Tiffany Taylor. And I will give you a shout out if you give me your Instagram handle as well. Let's go ahead and get started. What do you recommend for morning routines? This is such a good question. Okay. I remember maybe a few weeks ago in my women's group coaching program, the ladies in there asked me for some morning routine videos on YouTube. I scanned through YouTube and did not find a single video I would actually recommend for morning routines. And here's why. There's no such thing as a magic morning routine. What's gonna make a morning routine perfect for you is that it's yours and no one else's. And you're not gonna just adopt a morning routine you read about online and live happily ever after. You're gonna have to experiment what works for you and what your needs are. Everyone has different types of work. Everyone has different levels of energy, and everyone has their own rhythm, their own circadian rhythm of how their body is working. So the question before what is the perfect morning routine should be, how do I want to feel in the morning? When does my body function best? What do I want to get out of a morning routine? What state do I need to be in order to start my day? So as a bare bones morning routine, this is what I'll give you. You should be sleeping between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. roughly. This is what the body needs for sleep. Your body needs 8 hours of sleep. That is not equal to the amount of time spent in bed. That is time spent asleep. This is an average. If you want to know exactly how much sleep your body needs, I highly recommend purchasing one of these. This is an Oura ring, okay? I'm going to put the link down below on where you can get this. But only biometrics, big word, little meaning. Only the numbers that your body gives you, the measurable things you can learn from your body will tell you exactly what sleep that you need, okay? When you wake up, the first thing you should be doing is drinking water. Why? You're dehydrated. You didn't drink water for the last 8 hours. If you're feeling tired when you woke up, it's probably because you just need more water, okay? This is an excellent time to take your vitamins. This is an excellent time to do your exercise if that's important to you in the morning versus the evening. I do not recommend having coffee for at least the first 2 hours of waking up because it's just gonna spike your cortisol levels. And your morning routine should involve something that just gets you in a good mood. It's, especially if you're working for yourself, you're going to get in your business and your life, you're gonna attract what you are. If you go into work with a bad day and a bad mood, then you're just gonna attract other people who are in a bad mood, and that's gonna become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So get your state right in the morning, whatever that takes, that's good for you. Whatever your schedule is, that's great for you. But practice putting things in your morning routine that make you feel full of energy and that are restorative for the body to help you have a really productive workday. Next question was, what is the inner critic? Okay. If you're human, you probably have this experience of an inner critic. This is voices, or maybe just one voice in your mind that are saying mean things to you. It means you go to work out and it's a voice that says, well, why bother? Well, you didn't work out yesterday. Or saying things like, you're not good enough. You're never gonna amount to anything. Those really cruel, mean thoughts that you would never say to another person, that is what the inner critic is. And that can be deleted. That's what I wish more people knew. Your inner critic is just poor programming. You see, it's okay to have the inner dialogue. It's really healthy and normal to have that, but it should never be negative or self-destructive. When you have poor programming, you can use something like NLP, like working with a coach, to completely deprogram that. And you don't have to live with it forever. With the techniques I use, I will completely erase someone's inner critic in as little as an hour, and they never have to live with that again. And what's fun is when you get to replace that with your inner cheerleader. So that's what an inner critic is, and now you know you don't have to live with it forever. Hopefully you can get rid of it. Okay, next question. Tell me more about her elite mind. Cool. So as a one-on-one private coach, I got fully booked very fast, and I really quickly realized I need to expand myself and expand the access to me as a coach. I really believe the techniques I use have the power to heal a whole generation. It's just a matter of reaching that many people. So I've opened up group coaching programs. I have one called Her Elite Mind. This is a women-only group mindset coaching program. Inside the program, we're letting go of our limiting beliefs. we're doing your emotional release work. We're looking at wherever we're being incongruent with who we want to be versus who we're being. And we're doing the work. We're doing the real inner work that allows us to step into the person we were meant to be. So it's 1 call a week. Every other week on our evening call, we're doing some hot seat coaching. And in between, we're doing awareness calls. This is where I'm giving reflection exercises. These are community building calls where the ladies really get to intimately and vulnerably share what's going on in their heart and in their mind, where they get to connect, and where they discover what it is they need to bring to the next group coaching call in order to have that next big breakthrough. So if you're a woman who's struggling with something like fear or self-doubt, if you're constantly overthinking, if you're struggling with your self-worth or your confidence, and you're just not sure what to do about that or what to turn to, I highly recommend joining her Elite Mind. I don't really want to be doing sales calls anymore. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's too many calls on my calendar at this point. So what I'll offer you is a $9 trial to jump in on our next call. Our calls are always on Wednesdays. Hop in on our next call. See for yourself. Get your first breakthrough, meet the woman inside the group, and see if it's a fit for you. Chances are it will be, and chances are it'll be the most transformative program you've ever been through. And I'm really excited for you to have that experience. Next question is, how do I become more emotionally intelligent? There's 2 ways to look at this. There's the corporate way of looking at this. In corporate, they really look at emotional intelligence in a lens where they're just focused on your reaction and your responses to things around you. And from a mindset perspective, I believe it to be so much more. When you hyper-focus on just your reaction to other people and just the way you respond to the world around you, it puts you in a place where you're not taking care of yourself. It puts you in a place where you take all those really heavy, dense emotions and you bottle them up inside and store them inside to the point where they're just ready to explode. I don't believe emotional intelligence is just putting a mask on. And I don't believe emotional intelligence is bottling all your emotions and just hiding them from people. I do believe emotional intelligence is powerful and so important. And I believe the root of emotional intelligence is neutralizing your emotions internally, meaning you have to clear out your past trauma. You have to clear out your unresolved emotions, the ones that you're aware of and the ones that you're not aware of. You need to do a clearing. Okay, this is some of the work we do with my clients in both of my programs as well, is that emotional release work. When you no longer have those dense emotions, they're no longer an overflow, so where they're just pouring out on everyone around you. There's this saying I'm sure you've heard that if you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed on those who didn't hurt you. And I really believe that to be true. And if that's something you're experiencing, I highly recommend, DM me the word call, get on my calendar. Let's see if we can work together. Let's see if one of the group programs would be a fit for you. You don't have to be in a place of overflowing emotions that you don't even want to have to begin with. You get to heal yourself from those things. You get to have those clearings, and you get to approach emotional intelligence from a place of being clear-minded and level-headed, not from a place of being heated and feeling the need to hide or mask and put that mask over yourself. Why does positive thinking not work? I heard you say this in a reel earlier and I didn't understand what you meant because I read positive thinking is really powerful. Okay, positive thinking. Positive thinking is really powerful. I agree. It's important. And it's a thought pattern. And if you're not congruent with what you're saying in positive thinking, it's not going to work for you. If you are upset, if you're down in the dumps, if you're heartbroken and anxious and you're just not in a good season right now, and you go into your mirror with your positive affirmations, I am strong, I am powerful, everything's going to be okay, I am beautiful, I am confident, all of these things. If you don't have that already on your on an identity level on the inside of you, it doesn't matter how many times you say those things. Your subconscious mind does not listen. It doesn't believe you. It's incongruent. And so it's just going to reject the phrases that you're saying. I'll give you an example. I met a coach, a self-proclaimed coach about a month ago, who shared her journey into coaching started with positive thinking. And she shared that she was no longer a positive thinking coach because she worked with tons of clients and didn't get any results. She specifically, okay? A positive thinking coach said she got no results with positive thinking. Why? It doesn't work. All change that you need in order to become a new version of yourself is going to happen at the subconscious level. Having a conscious conversation with yourself is not going to change, for the same reason that people set New Year's resolutions and then don't follow through with those resolutions. Why? Because change needs to happen at the subconscious level. And consciously telling yourself, I'm going to be great, is not enough to facilitate the change that you really need to have there. I think that was my last question for today. If you didn't get your question answered, it's on my list. I will get to it. If you want a shout out, go ahead and put your comment down below with your Instagram handle, and I will be sure to get that question answered in the next video. Take care.